Hey guys, it's Ginny Silver. We're doing a live EDD Q&A if you're on California unemployment. Before I get started, I just released 2 videos, one right after another. So if you haven't seen them, you can watch it after this stream. But to quickly recap that information, which is new information released by the EDD in their news release today. They sent me the news release yesterday and have been talking to me about it over the last week because it's centered around a lot of my questions that I was pushing with them this week to try to confirm. So what that press release states is that Fed Ed benefits, which were recently reduced down to 13 weeks effective August 8th, now have an end date of September 11th. So the EDD last week said Fed Ed would be likely to end September 4th, and now they are saying September 11th, which has been confirmed by the Department of Labor. So that's one change for Fed Ed claimants. That means that for those of you that are currently collecting PEUC, when PEUC ends, claim week ending September 4th, the EDD is then going to migrate you over to Fed Ed if you qualify for Fed Ed. You'll collect 1 week of Fed Ed benefits before Fed Ed ends. That week will not have the $300 boost because it'll be after September 4th, but it is 1 additional week of benefits that you guys can potentially collect. So that's the newest development there. Additionally, they are putting out an MEUC boost phone line, a dedicated phone line, similarly to the 1099 phone line. And they are, I'm assuming that they're staffing it with independent contractors or it's subcontractors because there's a new Maximus contract extension date posted on the COVID-related contracts for the state of California. So that will be available on Monday. So for those of you having MEUC boost issues where you don't have the application or where you're having trouble uploading your documents, that new phone number is going to be live on Monday. So I will share it on Monday. And then many of you will tell me that I'm posting too many redundant videos. All right. Hi, you guys. Let me know if you are in the chat. I do like seeing who's here, you guys. You might not realize this, but at the end of a stream, I do go back through the chat to see what I missed. I'm going to start the chat box at 4 o'clock with the start of the video. Just make sure I'm all good. Okay, perfect. All right. Fear Clan at 4 o'clock says, Fed Ed is supposed to only go to September 11th if you're already on a Fed Ed claim. I'm slightly confused about this. The EDD changes constantly. Maybe the next press release, it'll change it once again. So I did just go over this. So hopefully you heard that explanation, but let me share a screen share of the press release itself. You're going to see lots of Ginnies in my chat box over there for a second. Okay, so the press release that they just put out down here, in this section, let's see. Okay, so Fed Ed is the end date for Fed Ed as of today is now September 11th. So what that means is that you will, where does it say it in here, you guys? There it is. Okay, the Department of Labor has confirmed that Fed Ed will continue receiving benefits until claim week ending September 11th. Similarly, if a claimant's PEUC benefits end September 4th and that person has not already had a Fed Ed extension and now qualifies for one, EDD will transfer them to Fed Ed until September 11th. So what that means, look at all the Ginnies. Why do I get so excited when that happens? There's so many. It's too many. When you collect PEUC ends September 4th. If you're eligible for Fed Ed, PEUC will end and then EDD will migrate you over to Fed Ed for that 1 remaining week. That 1 remaining week will not have the $300 boost, but it is 1 more week of benefits that you'll be able to collect. Okay. Let's see. I did that one. Okay. Sorry, guys. I kind of messed up my chat for a second. Okay, Rasar. At 4 o'clock, PEUC here. So I saw the press release and PEUC claimants will be migrated to just 1 week of Fed Ed since September 11th is the new Fed Ed date. I will only get 1 week of Fed Ed. Yes, that is correct. Scotty, hi Scotty. Are my kids back in school? So I homeschooled my kids last year myself. So I was doing homeschooling, I was doing my regular business, I was doing YouTube. My son is in a year-round district, and we're trying public school this year, and I have really mixed feelings about it. So he did start because we're at a year-round school. He's been in it about a month. I'm not sure if we're going to homeschool him or keep him in. All right, Michael, I can't believe we only have a few short weeks left of the $300 boost. It's been so amazing to have that. Hopefully this week's wedding won't be a scorcher wedding for sure. Thank you. Jose, hello, Jen. Thank you for saying hi. Okay, let me see. I'm scrolling. Well, where did it go? Okay, Liz, I just reapplied. I was told I was going to be put on PEUC till September 4th, then transfer to a regular claim. Does that sound right? Not quite. So here's what's going to happen. If you were going to be moved to PEUC or you are currently collecting PEUC, you're going to collect that extension up until claim week ending September 4th. After that, depends if your benefit year has ended. If you are still within your benefit year, which is 12 months after your claim start date for UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, then you can file a new claim after you reach the end of your benefit year. And you'll be approved as long as you have worked and earned enough income to qualify for a new claim within the last 18 months. If your benefit year has not yet ended, you cannot file a new claim until you reach the end of your benefit year. So it could have been slightly correct what they told you in that sense, but you have to wait till your benefit year ends, and then you have to file a new claim, be approved for a new claim. That's not going to be automatic. So it sounds like you received some unclear information. And I need water. I'm sorry. Awkward Sloth Cup is back. All right, Kyler at 4:01. How long does it take for them to update your backdate? Are they still going to backdate? If you are applying for backdating, do it now. Don't wait until September 4th. I heard somewhere else, another channel, nothing against the other channel, but it was an incorrect thing to state with that. To wait to file a backdate until after September 4th. Don't do that. File your backdating right now if you intend to do so, because the program's going to end. They can't backdate you after the program has ended. Now, if you are filing to backdate your claim, then there's no set amount of time for how long it takes for them to approve the backdating and issue the backdating. It can take a couple weeks, it can take a couple months. But if you file to backdate right now and it is approved, then you should be entitled to receive those backdated payments. So are they still going to backdate? Yes, but up until the program ends, which is September 4th. All right, Danielle at 4:01. Had new claim in May, but need interview to approve claim. I've been pending for 14 weeks. Will I get conditional payment? Okay, you had a new claim. You have not received any payments on your new claim. Unfortunately, no, conditional payments do not apply to you. Conditional payments only apply, guys, struggling. Conditional payments only apply to claims that have received one successful unemployment payment previously, not a payment on a prior claim because they haven't finished verifying you. So because you're not fully verified, you're going to have to still undergo that UISD review where they do those additional fraud checks before they will pay you out for your new claim. Now, with that being said, your old pending weeks, because it sounds like you have weeks that are pending from an old expired claim. If you have weeks pending from an old expired claim, then you are most likely going to see those move to not paid. Why? Because you've certified on a claim that was expired. Those weeks don't automatically migrate to the new claim because they are two separate claims. So if you see them move to not paid, once your new claim is approved, and it sounds like it already is approved, that you've received an award letter, you need to request the backdating through askedd.edd.ca.gov. All right, scrolling down. Interesting, it will end. Yes, yeah, that's just where the date falls for the end of the week. Hello, Esteban. Hello, Austin. What do they think is going to happen? Austin, what do you mean by they? I don't see anything else. Austin, I'm not sure what you mean. Add in more details. Andrew, 403. I will assume that Fed Ed will not be around on September 11th because EDD is always changing their minds. So they link to the Department of Labor directives stating that they have the authorization to continue Fed Ed until claim week ending September 4th. Now, they sent those directives. They sent the press release to me early yesterday, but it was embargoed, so I can't share it. I can't share the information until they publish it. Once they published it, they added in a link to the Department of Labor directives, which they never do before. And you guys, I've been really at them for like sharing the documentation and things like that with me. So I was glad to see that. Now, I haven't been able to review that documentation. I'm not sure if it's something that is new or if it's something that was old. I didn't have enough time to go through it. So I'm going to look at it and see exactly what it says probably tomorrow. All right, Hildy at 403. I wasn't able to create an account on SDI to get my customer account. It said I have an account already with the email. Okay, so if you already have an account with SDI, then it's not going to show you that customer account number right away. It sounds like you've already made an SDI account. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get your account number that way. However, for you, if you are missing your account number, if creating an SDI login on EDD's homepage does not work for you, then I would start by calling EDD Tech Services and not the main customer service phone line, because this is kind of a website thing. They might be able to help you. So it's worth a try as opposed to getting stuck in customer service. The tech support phone number is located in my 25 phone numbers to call the EDD video. Michael, can you drop that link, please? And then Hildy can use that one. Hi, Starbright. Paul Hastings. My PEUC hit $0 2 weeks ago. The second week is not applicable. How long do I have to wait for an extension to show up? Okay, PUC hit 0 2 weeks ago. It should have already come to you. It shouldn't take longer than 2 weeks. So I would contact either the EDD by calling customer service, and Michael can drop all the call tips on how to actually reach them, or contact your assembly member, which he can drop the link. I am so far off center. Bothers me. I'm just gonna be crooked today. That's how it's going. Hi, Toya. Okay, let's see. Hi, Michelle. Tessa at 404. If you have money in your account, is that going to be paid off if eligible, or all mono ED shut I sept 11th? Oh, my friend, what does this mean? If you have money, okay, I'm guessing, I'm going to guess here. I think what you're trying to say is if you have an account balance remaining come September 11th for Fed Ed or September 4th for PEUC or PUA, will you be able to collect that remaining balance? The answer is no. Those programs will cease to exist. Therefore, your remaining balance will dissolve because the program doesn't exist anymore. You will not be able to collect it as a lump sum. I need water. I like checking the most recent comments as well. Maslothka, which is very similar to the EDD's timeframes for things. Okay. All right. 404. I have been trying to call EDD here in California all week. Phones are overloaded and hangs up. Okay, use the call tips that Michael's going to drop. Try the 134 phone trick. Try the 25 phone numbers to call EDD. If you want to pay to get a hold line sent to you, you can use Claimer, and the link gives you a $5 discount. Or you can contact your assembly member if you can't get through. And the assembly members are authorized to take your information using an intake form. They ask for your customer account number, social security number, and usually a signature of waiver. And then they can communicate with the EDD on your behalf. So they might be able to help you in most cases. So contact your assembly member, and you can find your rep through the link that Michael is dropping in the chat box. On the other hand, Angelique says, my assembly member has been fairly useless. It's been 2 weeks, no response. 2 months since my PEUC was extended, and my claim balance is still at $0. I don't know what to do at this point. Okay, if your assembly member isn't responding to you? How did you contact them? Did you only email them, but you didn't call them? If so, then call them. If you only called them but didn't email, then email them. And if you've done all of that and they are not responding, then try contacting Lorena Gonzalez's office. I really hope that she's still helping people because I keep saying this, but I do get positive feedback from my subscribers that contact Lorena Gonzalez's office, regardless of their district. If they cannot get help or if the seat is unoccupied in your district, Lorena Gonzalez's office has been kind of redirecting people to where to get the right help or helping them themselves. So I would try to make sure that that happens. Oh, shoot, I did not mean to turn on super stickers, you guys. I meant to turn that off. Sorry, I like doing my streams without the paid questions now. I just feel like it's more equal. I'm really meant to turn it off. But thank you, Richard. Okay, Ginny proves not all heroes wear cape. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, so heads up, Michael. My assistant who's moderating the stream. Michael, super stickers are accidentally turned on. I'm going to pause and turn them off real quick. I hope you guys don't mind waiting for a second. I like being able to get the comments evenly, especially from those of you that cannot pay for a sticker. Okay. Okay, I'm turning this off. You guys are waiting. I'm sorry. I'll get back to questions, you guys. Okay, close. That one is off. Okay, please don't hate me for making you wait, you guys. You're really going to let me have it in the chat when I come back. Okay. Okay, I do see that I missed one, though. So I'm going to do the one that I missed, and then they should be turned off from now on. Okay, Velvet Trevino, thank you for your donation. So I'm still in pending, and I called, and they couldn't help me. They told me if I'm able to get a conditional pay, they have until September 30th to pay me. If it ends, will I not get paid at all? No. You will be entitled to those payments because those payments were for previous dates. Those payments aren't for dates after September 4th. Those are for dates prior to September 4th. So yes, you are entitled to those payments. They will take up until September 30th because that is the date that was specified in the class action settlement agreement. They have until that date to do it. So they might take a while to pay them out, but you will be entitled to them. So don't let that end date of September 4th bother you because, well, it will bother you because it's a problem. But you are entitled to them. You will eventually receive them. Now, in order to speed up that process, I recommend contacting your assembly member. Okay. Scrolling down. Okay, I'm at 4:05. Hi, Miss Ginny. PUA was pending for 2 weeks. Last certification. Thanks to your claimer discount, I got paid. They said I needed ID documentation. I sent it. Would I go on pending again on August 22nd? Yes. So the thing is that you are going to be, wait a second, ID verification. Okay, it's not a new quarter wage. So I'm glad Claimer worked for you. Michael can drop that link in the chat box for those of you that want to use it. So ID verification, once you verify your ID, you should be set unless you have something like a change of address or other problem that you then have to revalidate once again. So you should be okay. You should not go into pending again on August 22nd because you already verified your ID. But you could go into pending potentially for another reason. So if something that you say in your certification or if something your prior employer states, etc., bumps you into pending, then that would be a different reason. Okay. Oh, Michael, the super stickers isn't your fault. That's one of my internal settings. That's not you. Okay. Scrolling down. Mike Kelly at 4:06. So thankful for all your help. Wanted to thank you going back to your stream the other day and still answering my questions. You're very welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, Steve at 4:06. I'm a new applicant. After my application was processed, I logged into my UI to check my claim. My claim balance is $0 and weekly benefit is $0. What could be the reason for this? Okay, so if you are a new applicant and you were just processed, you logged in, What did it state on your award letter? The EDD should have mailed you an award letter. That award letter would state an award amount, a claim balance amount. If it stated $0 on that award letter, that means that you were not actually awarded any benefits. You were denied. So even though it's an award letter, it's a denial. That could be the case. So check your award letter. The second thing is that it might not have just populated to your UI Online yet. So you could have received the award letter, but not have it reflected in your UI Online yet, because that can take up to a week after. Okay, Danielle, water. I have submitted my documentation for the MEUC, but they said they cannot accept my documentation. I don't know why, since I have is a Schedule C. The info I have is Schedule C, since I have W-2 and Uber Lyft income. Okay, so if you're turning in documentation for MEUC, what they want is, if your claim started, for example, in 2020, they want the year prior. So they'll want 2019. That's just an example. So look at your claim start year, and they want the year prior. They want a Schedule C, and on that, line 31, where it shows your net income, they want to see $5,000 or more. So make sure that all of that is correct, that it all works. Next, if they're rejecting it and they're not taking it, they're going to be opening an MEUC dedicated phone line on Monday. So you will want to call in on Monday and try to get some help with that. All right, Vanjie at 406. What base period will they look at to determine if you can get Fed Ed? Same one as they did back in March of 2020. So it is based on your prior claim. So I have a whole video on how to do that. Michael can link the video for my Fed Ed in the chat box on how to calculate if you have Fed Ed, if he's able to find it quickly. And if not, no worries. But go to my channel homepage, search for Fed Ed, and I have a video that walks you through the entire calculation. There's 2 different ways you can qualify, and it's a little complicated. So I want you to watch the video itself. Okay, Thor at 406. Hi, Jenny. EDD changed my certification page. They no longer demand 3 work searches or uploading, but oddly, it shows on the summary page. Thank you for nagging the EDD. It still shows on the summary page. Why? Why can't they just go through the certification page? Check everything. If all of you guys are seeing this and not one person at the EDD can notice, oh, we need to remove this, what the heck is going on? All right. Hi, little Rambo. No. 406. Hi, Ginny. I'm on PEUC. I was offered a job, but it's not going to start till the 23rd. I did some testing on the computer and was paid for it. Do I report it? Yes, you do. If you're paid for your work, then you need to report it to the EDD. If you're paid and it's W-2 earnings, you have to report it the week in which you perform the work, regardless of when you're paid. And if it's self-employment income, you must report it the week in which you receive the payment. This is just simply not true. One Ginny is often way too many Ginnies. All right, Marjorie, what about, I think you mean PUA. What about PUA? Still September 4th. Yes, PUA will still end claim week ending September 4th. There are no changes to that. Okay, I did that one. Scrolling down. All right. Hey, Jenny, once my regular UI claim is over for the first 26 weeks, is there any other options for me? Okay, if your regular UI claim ends, you use up your 26 weeks of benefits before September 4th, then next you're going to be moved over automatically to a PEUC extension. They're going to send you an award letter that states a much larger amount of claim balance and a longer term of weeks, but PEUC ends claim week ending September 4th. So you'll collect that up until September 4th. After that, if you are eligible to collect Fed Ed, then you may be able to be migrated over to Fed Ed for 1 remaining week, because Fed Ed now is stated to end claim week ending September 11th. After that, you cannot collect any additional benefits until you are able to reach the end of your benefit year, 12 months after your claim start date, and file a new claim. if you worked and earned enough within the last 18 months. The only other option for collecting benefits is if you qualify for a California training extension. California training extension means that by your 16th week of collecting unemployment benefits, you apply with the EDD for an approved, they have to approve your training program, some kind of full-time training program for your job, for your industry. So that's the only other possibility. Please homeschool your kids. So I'm a former teacher. Like a lifetime ago, I was an elementary school teacher at a Montessori school. So it's in my background, but I want slightly different things for him, but I also not live in the public school. All right, Laura, I was on a PEUC extension on a $0 balance. I called and they said I have to wait for an extension. That makes no sense. What are your thoughts on this? Okay, you're on a PEUC extension, 0 balance. They said you have to wait. Yeah, you would need to wait up to 2 weeks for them to apply the extension automatically. So usually what happens is that you hit a $0 balance. About 1 week later, you receive an award letter awarding you the next phase of the PEUC extension. And then about a week after that, your claim balance should populate. You should be able to certify. If it hasn't happened within 2 weeks, then you can continue to contact the EDD, or since you already did that and it seems like it wasn't that helpful, you contact your assembly member instead. And Michael can drop the link on how to locate them in the chat box. Okay, I need water. Albert, 407, filed for a new claim. Got an award letter for $89 a week, but unemployment kept me on my old existing claim. Was a $259 a week. Right now, I am on tier 2 augmentation. That should end Albert. Will I go on to my new claim of $89 after September 4th? Okay, so if you were awarded a new claim and it was for a significantly smaller amount, it has to be $25 less or even smaller than your old claim that you were collecting for on PEUC. Yeah, you are on PEUC. Then what the EDD does is they defer that new claim. They set it aside for their deferred new claim program. They set it aside and they continue to pay you out on a PEUC extension until September 4th. After September 4th, the EDD should automatically take that new $89 claim for you and apply it to your claim. So yes, you'll continue to collect for 26 weeks on that $89 claim after September 4th. For those of you who are awaiting a deferred claim, it should be done automatically. But it's EDD, so we don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see. There are problems with it being applied automatically. You've been waiting for 2 weeks or longer, then contact your assembly member. Okay, Peter at 407. Hi, I was on my PEUC tier 2 on my extension year came up. Filed a new claim, but need interview. So shouldn't I go back to PEUC? Okay, I'm not quite sure what you're asking. So if you're on PEUC tier 2, your year end came up. You filed a new claim. If you filed a new claim and were awarded a new claim, then you would collect on that new claim, unless the new claim is $25 less or even smaller, and then it would be deferred until later. But if you're awarded a new claim, then you're going to go through the process of getting that new claim set up and collecting on that new claim. So you would only go back to PEUC if your new claim was $25 less of weekly benefit award amount or even smaller. Okay, Lee Neal at 407. My roommate has been pending for over 18 weeks. He is just waiting, figuring that he has been pending so long, they should get to him anytime now. He is still able to certify and is just pending. Why? Okay, so I can't tell you specifically why because there's a variety of different reasons. 18 weeks is a very long time. Make sure that he does not have to file a new claim because that's something that he needs to take action on himself. Now, if your roommate is UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed and has reached the end of their benefit year, 12 months after the claim start date, and he worked within the last 18 months, then he needs to file a new claim, and that is why he's pending. Why can't I turn off the volume on my phone? So He would file a new claim, and then that would move him forward in the process. But if that's not the case and he's still pending, he should contact his assembly member. He can call EDD, he can use all the phone tricks that Michael can share in the chat, or he can contact his assembly member, which right now is a much more direct and seems to be faster method. So that would be my recommendation. Yes, he can wait, and the conditional payments will pay out to him as long as he qualifies, but they have up until September 30th to issue those. So I would still contact your assembly member or contact the EDD using the call tricks. Okay, Monica at 408, what will happen to the not paid certifications? Not paid is like a final decision, you guys. If it can be changed possibly, but you need to take action in order to do so. Not paid is not the same as pending. It will not receive a conditional payment. Pending is different. Pending is in process. They are trying to verify something. Something is triggering a stop payment alert, etc. If it says not paid, in many cases, that can be because you reached the end of your benefit year and failed to file a new claim for whatever reason. If you didn't file a new claim and you were required to file a new claim because your benefit year ended 12 months after your start date and you did work, and you're going to be pending and they're going to move to not paid. Those do not automatically migrate to a new claim. So call the EDD. They will need to tell you why you have a not paid status, and then they will need to help you to work to fix it. Okay, Sloth Cup has returned. As a reminder, you guys, I can't get all the questions, so I do have to skip around and just kind of get the ones that I happen across in the chat. So if I skip over your question, ask it every 15 minutes, and I'll do my best to get as many as I can. All right, Rosario at 408. Hello, everyone. I had my phone interview this morning. Went very well. I just got a message stating the alert was removed. I'm so thankful for getting paid. Oh, I'm very, very glad to hear that you got paid. I also need a cup that doesn't have a giant head on it because that gets in the way. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's see. Got that one. Okay, Jamie at 412. Ginny, I'm on PUA and had an expired license at my birthday in January. Sent numerous emails, faxes, printouts, etc. Won my appeal 7 months later and only received till April 17th. Now it says benefits maxed out. Okay, so it sounds like you had to receive a big chunk of those backlogged payments all at once, and that maxed out your account recently. So if you recently hit a $0 balance, next you're going to be awarded the next phase of the extension. So you're going to have to wait about 1 week after hitting 0, and then the EDD should send you a notice automatically awarding you the next phase of the PEUC extension. After that, about a week following that notice, you should then see your balance increase in UI Online and the ability to certify. If it takes over 2 weeks, then call customer service. All right, Lynn Pearson at 411. I have an existing PEUC claim. Is it a good idea for me to submit a claim for MEUC and a new UI claim at the same time, or should I submit them one at a time? Okay, so if you are existing PEUC in a new UI, so they should not affect one another. They are separate applications, separate processes, separate benefits. The MEUC boost runs parallel to the $300 boost, and it's structured similarly. So it is supplemental, paid out by federal pandemic aid money. So it's not the same exactly. It runs parallel to your claim. So it shouldn't affect each other. Complete your MEUC application, because that's going to, the deadline on that is going to come up on early September. Complete that application, get that processing in the works, and make sure that you file a new UI claim once you reach the end of 12 months worth of benefits and you have worked within the last 18 months. Okay, scrolling down. Did that one. Okay, Rosario at 413. I'll share this just about every day. Sent a message for the last 3 months, and finally I was interviewed this morning. Alert was removed. Oh, good. I'm very glad to hear that. All right, Fatherman at 413. I'm currently under regular unemployment and will be on 0 this week. Will I get the extension automatically? Yes, you should receive it automatically within 2 weeks. You should hit 0. A week later, receive the award letter. A week later, be able to certify and see the claim balance. If it doesn't happen in 2 weeks automatically, then contact the EDD or your assembly member. Okay. Debbie Hall. Hi, Debbie. You're here today listening and watching. Thank you, Debbie. You're very supportive to my channel. I really appreciate that. Grant at 413. So they're letting me certify, but I haven't received anything for 2 months. Okay, Grant, what is your status on your certifications? In your claim history, check the status of those certifications. If it says pending, first, make sure that your claim hasn't expired. If your claim has expired, you're after your benefit year end date. If you worked in the last 18 months, you have to file a new claim. If not, and you're pending for another reason, you could wait, number one, for a conditional payment to be applied to your claim. The EDD is required to apply conditional payments to claimants who have one unemployment payment previously on their claim. You've already been paid out before and have been pending for over 2 weeks. They have until September 30th to do this for currently pending claims. You can wait, or you can call customer service and use all the call tips that Michael is posting, or you can call your assembly member. Jamie, you're very welcome. Rob needs to buy Pokemon cards. Okay. SBB, Ginny Warriors Assemble. Okay, scrolling down. Did that one. Okay, Jennifer, if I fill out another claim and they approve me, will I continue to receive after September 4th? It says I'm on extension. If you're on extension, you reach the end of your benefit year, you have to file a new claim. If that claim is approved, that's a brand new regular unemployment claim. That is not one of the pandemic extensions. That's a state regular unemployment claim. So yes, you will be able to collect regular UI for 26 weeks, which is the regular claim duration. Okay, Daniel at 414, which documentation should we submit to the MEUC to be approved? You are going to submit from your tax return prior to being unemployed. So if your claim start year was 2020, for example, you would need to have your 2019 tax return. From that tax return, you're going to look for the document called Schedule C. Your Schedule C, and then you're going to double check on line 31 and make sure that it does in fact show that you have over $5,000 worth of self-employment net income there. So you need to submit your Schedule C from the year before your claim start date. Pay you out. Austin, I can't pay you. Contact your assembly member, though, and they might be able to help you. David at 415. I was laid off 3/17 due to COVID. Was Fed Ed. New benefit year. Am UI. My 26 weeks ends September 11th. My employer has not reopened yet. I have promise of a job when they do. What happens after the 11th? Okay, so if you were laid off, you were Fed Ed, and now you're on a new benefit year. You have 26 weeks, which will end September 11th. They're going to end. You're not going to have any additional benefits because Fed Ed will have ended September 11th. PEUC will have ended September 4th. So when you reach the end of your 26 weeks, you can't do anything additional unless you are undergoing a California training extension, which is an approved, you have to get your training program approved and you have to attend full-time training and you have to get that approval by week 16 of your unemployment benefits. So unless you qualify for that, after your 26 weeks are gone, you can't file a new claim or receive additional benefits until you reach the end of your benefit year. All right, Edgar at 415. Ginny, I've been pending for almost 3 weeks now and no communication with EDD. What do you suggest? I suggest you contact your assembly member. You can contact EDD and use the call tips, but contact your assembly member. This has been the fastest way for people to get things fixed recently. They have been extremely efficient in most cases. And Michael can drop the link on how to locate your assembly member. Okay. Let's see. Chase Michael at 415. In early April, we were promised 86 weeks in an email from the EDD. How come that's not the case? Isn't that illegal? So what you are awarded, the 86 weeks refers to a PUA claim. What you're awarded for PUA, PEUC, are benefits that you can collect for up to that amount of weeks, and you're awarded that amount of claim balance, weekly benefit award amount times those 86 weeks, but you can only collect it while the program is active. The program ends, according to the stimulus bill, the legislation that creates it, the programs end September 4th. So you can only collect those weeks up until the duration of the program. So no, it's not illegal. It's misleading, though, how the EDD informs you of this. They send out a form letter that is not adjusted based on when you start your claim, and it's very confusing and misleading. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, Alberto at 416, whatever money is left, what do they do with it? It's their federal funds, so it goes back to the federal government, repurposed in other ways. All right, Lewis, I've been stuck on pending since August, 1 month. Okay, you're going to need to contact the EDD, or you're going to need to contact your assembly member, or you are going to need to await a conditional payment. Those are your three options. Okay, Captain Dust, EDD should pay you for what you do for everyone. Huge bags of money. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm paid well by YouTube, and I really appreciate that because you guys help me to get views, and I provide a service for you guys that's free, and an advocate to the EDD and media. So it all works out. And I would much rather be paid by self-employment than by the EDD. If I worked for the EDD, I would not be able to deliver you guys the same type of honest content, and I would have to, you guys would dislike me then. Oh, why am I putting that one on the screen? Okay, but thank you. The rookie chef, will we still get paid for the week until September 4th before program ends? Yes, so claim week ending September 4th, you will be paid for. On September 5th, or on your next certification date, if you're on a different week to certify, you will certify for claim week ending September 4th. You will get paid for that week, and that week will include the $300 boost. After that, PEUC, PUA, $300 boost will all end. Okay, scrolling down. Oh, breaking my computer. Oh, going back up. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of lagging. Okay. Once again, if I skip your question, it's because there's so many. Please repeat it every 15 minutes. And I'll do my best to get as many as I can. All right, Brandon at 427. So my claim ended in May of this year. I reopened a new one, 5/2, and I've been pending ever since. I called to speak to someone in June, and they said I need a phone interview. Okay, yes. So if you have been paid on this claim, is this a brand new claim that you were approved for and you're pending on a new claim? Then you're going to have to wait until they verify your eligibility and complete that UISD review where they perform additional fraud checks. If they have to do an initial interview with you on a new claim, then you'll have to wait until that interview is done. You will not be able to collect conditional payments. But if this is a claim that is an extension of another claim that you have already received a payout on, and you're pending for over 2 weeks, then you are eligible to receive conditional payments. The EDD will process, in that case, your pending over to paid, and they will do so by September 30th. Either way, I would still contact your assembly member and let them know how long you have been pending. If that is a new claim and you can't get a conditional payment, you still need to contact your assembly member and let them know that you have been waiting that long in hopes that they will be able to help you. Miguel, I don't know where your money is. Call your assembly member, and I hope that they're able to help you. Okay. David says, I wish I knew about training extension earlier. It's too late now. I'm sorry. As soon as I learned about a training extension, I learned about it while I was doing a Zoom Q&A with an EDD attorney. As soon as I heard about that, I posted it immediately. You have to take advantage of it by week 16 of your unemployment benefits, and it's not posted hardly anywhere else. It's hard to find information on it. All right, scrolling down. Johnson at 427, EDD has paid me, but my card has not yet been delivered. What can I do about it? Okay, if your card, so once you see paid on a new claim, it's going to take up to 2 weeks after that, 10 business days, for Bank of America to disperse your card. So when you see paid, you have to wait up to 10 additional business days because B of A sends your card once you get that paid signal. So continue to wait. If it doesn't come through, if you had a card within the last 3 years, it's going to be paid out to that old card unless it's over 3 years old, and then they send you a new one. If you've been waiting over 10 business days, then contact B of A EDD Card Services, and they will be able to issue you a new one. Okay, scrolling down. All right, Andrea at 428. Denied a PUA on appeal because denied PUA and you're on appeal because I'm a retiree with a pension and Social Security retirement benefits. I still must work to make ends meet and lost that work due to COVID. That's what PUA is for, right? Okay, so yours is kind of complicated. Based on the income that you make and the amounts from Social Security retirement benefits and pension, you're going to have to look at those amounts with the EDD in your appeal process and see if they qualify you. Now, PUA is for claimants who lost their employment due to COVID-related reasons, as long as you're still able and willing to accept full-time work. But if your earnings disqualify you because it's too much earnings per week and it is counted against you, then that appeal would not be successful. So I can't say 100% for you. But as you undergo the appeals process, if you want to consult an attorney for a free consultation, Pershing Square Law, and I sound like I'm sponsored by them, but I'm not currently sponsored by them, and no plans to right now. But if you want to call them for a consultation, they do free consultations over the phone. And they help EDD claimants with their appeals. So you might be able to get some questions answered that way. Okay, Daniel at 428 after I drank water from my sloth cup. And check what's going on over here. Okay. I'm getting UI. I'm going to have Uber and Lyft income as self-employment income. My understanding, I have to submit a Schedule C, line 31, with minimum of $5K, which I have. So according to your recommendation, I should call. Why would you call? So you're going to wait until they send you the application in your inbox, and then you are going to upload that documentation. I think you were the one that was saying that your documentation was rejected. Yes, if it's rejecting your documentation on Monday when the MEUC dedicated phone line opens, call that line and try to get help. Okay, D2 at 429. I am a new applicant and it says I was processed, but I never received anything in the mail. I tried to call and email, but got no response. Okay, you're going to log into UI Online and check online there. So you're going to need to go to EDD's website, click on UI Online Benefits Login, and you're going to log into your dashboard there. If you don't have a customer account number to log in because you haven't received anything and you can't log in, you can get your customer account number by creating an SDI account on EDD's website. And at the end of creating that account, it'll show you your customer account number. That's if you need it. So you're going to log into UI Online, and that'll show you your dashboard. If you see a claim balance there, then that means that you were approved and that those funds are there. And once you see a certify button appear, which can take a few weeks, then you will click that button and answer some questions in order to receive your weekly benefits. Okay. Scrolling down. All right. I'm at 435. Lee. At 435, we've already found a new claim on my roommate, filed a new claim. Everything was done, verified ID and everything. Okay, Lee, I would contact your assembly member or your roommate's assembly member. Michael can drop the link on how to locate them in the chat box. Contact your assembly member, and then they are going to ask for his customer account number, his social security number, and probably a signature on a form, and then they'll be able to talk to the EDD on his behalf. Okay. How do we backdate? So I have a video on this on my channel homepage. If you search for backdate on my channel home, I walk you through it, but you're going to go to you're going to go to askedd.edd.ca.gov. From there, there's an option to request to backdate your claim, and you're going to backdate that. Now, if you filed your application December 27th or later, you can backdate potentially as early as 12/6. If you filed your application 12/26 or earlier, you can backdate potentially as early as 2/2. It may get denied based on how your wages or earnings were structured. When you backdate, it shifts the base period of your claim, and they're looking at a new period of earnings to qualify your weekly benefit award amount. So if it is rejected, just continue to resubmit the request, trying later dates to see what actually works. Okay, scrolling down. D2 at 4:38. I'm a new applicant, and it says I was processed, but I never, okay, didn't I just get that one? Yeah, that's it. Oh man, that's a duplicate. All right, Lynn, thank you for your phone tricks. You're very welcome. I'm really glad that worked for you. Michael can post the phone tricks in the chat box if he hasn't done so recently. NT at 4:39. Hi, Ginny. I had to quit my part-time job on my second week due to my injury outside of the workplace. Doesn't mean I refuse to work when I certify. So if you voluntarily quit, you did turn away work, but it's because you're injured and can't work. Now, technically, that would mean that you would have to collect disability benefits, because in order to qualify to receive unemployment benefits, you must be able and willing to accept full-time work. So I don't think that you're going to be eligible based on that. And yes, your employer will provide that information to the EDD. When you hire or terminate an employee, you have to transmit the new hire report or the termination report to the EDD. So I don't think that you will be eligible, and you may need to switch to disability. Okay. Drinking what is that? Green tea? Spilling it everywhere. Okay, baby chill. My last week of UI is August 15th. Not year end date, but zero balance. Might I receive Fed Ed till September 11th? Okay, so if your last week of UI is August 15th, if you qualify for Fed Ed, then yes, you would be moved over. Well, here's what will happen first. You're going to reach a $0 balance, and then you're going to be awarded the next phase of PEUC extension. So you're not going to be moved over to Fed Ed yet. You're going to receive either the second or third phase, wherever you're at, of PEUC extension. It should be applied to your claim automatically within 2 weeks, and then you should have the ability to certify for that until September 4th. After September 4th, if you qualify for Fed Ed, then you'll be migrated over to the one remaining week of Fed Ed. That week will not have the $300 boost because that will have ended September 4th. Right. Let's see. Cheryl, thank you. Cheryl was my mom's name, so I always like when I see that name. All right. F in Compton. Can I ask an assembly member general questions about PUA, or does it have to be a case-specific question? Try. They are very informed. They have most offices by now have hired, because they have had additional budget allocated to them, to hire 2 staff members in order to help with their EDD cases. So they have a liaison at the EDD that they speak with weekly. They should be well informed. So yes, if you can't get through to the EDD, then contact your assembly members and try to see if you can get help that way. Okay. Jesse at 4:42, are they going to do an unemployment extension for the $300 extra? Currently, there is nothing moving in Congress. Everything PEUC, PUA, $300 boost is set to end, claim week ending September 4th. All right, Dion at 4:42. I have been pending as of April 2021. My claim expired in June, and it's been pending ever since. Do you know why that is? Okay, so if you expired in June and you've been pending ever since, you most likely need to file a new claim. So when you reach the end of 12 months worth of benefits in your UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, 12 months after your claim start date, that's the end of your benefit year. Your claim has expired. If in the last 18 months you have worked and earned income, you must file a new claim. Your certifications are going to be pending until you do that if you worked in the last 18 months and qualify for a new claim. So that might answer that problem. So check and see, and then file a new claim online. You can do that yourself. Next, if you did not work at all in the last 18 months, you don't qualify for a new claim, then you need to contact either the EDD, use all the call tips that we have in the chat box, or contact your assembly member, and they can help you through the process. Okay. Let's see. Did that one. I am at, what timestamp am I at? The 4:45 timestamp. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do have a PayPal link in my video descriptions, but you guys don't need to donate. What you can do instead, because times are hard, you guys need your income, is that you can go to my videos when I publish them and leave me 5 comments as soon as I publish a video. If you hit that notification bell, so that you're subscribed to the channel and then you click the bell, it'll send a message to your phone whenever I post a new video. As soon as I post it, what really helps my channel is that as soon as the video goes up within the first 30 minutes, I get a lot of engagement on the video. So if you post me 5 comments, 5 emojis, whatever, they can say anything you want, almost anything, unless I delete it, then you really, really help out my channel. So yes, donations are appreciated, but please try to do something for free to help while you're collecting unemployment instead. All right, Greg. You are way more valuable. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Stick around. So yeah, my channel will continue. My channel started before I did EDD related content, and I provide small business advice and coaching and how-tos and things like that. That content is going to continue. I might start doing California related or even nationwide related or bigger issue related news as well, non-biased news, because I feel like that I kind of already do that for the state of California, and that I feel like will probably keep most of you around who aren't interested in small business related content. All right, 4:45. When do I file for another new UI claim? I received initial 26 weeks and approved for Tier 2 PEUC last week. Do I wait until September 4th, or is it automatically processed? Okay, so you're going to file for, you received Tier 2. So you're going to collect all of your PEUC extension benefits up until claim week ending September 4th. After that, you can file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. So your benefit year you can find in UI Online, claim start date, count 12 months out. Once September 4th comes around, if you've already reached the end of your benefit year, then file a new claim right after September 4th. If you have worked and earned enough income in order to qualify, which would be $1,400 or more in the last 18 months. Okay, I need water. My sloth cup, which gets in my way. Oh, Shelly, I see that you popped in here. Shelly said, hi, Shelly. The extra week of Fed Ed will help so many people. I'm really excited by that. So much so that I'm going to be late to work while my video uploads. Yeah, Shelly. So, Shelly, I wanted to send you the press release that they sent to me yesterday. But, like, I have full trust in you, but I also really don't want to mess up with them sending me information and somehow have a mistake made along the way of me having that early info. So that's why I didn't send it to you, but I know that I told you earlier that I had it. But have a good day at work, Shelly. I hope it goes well. Okay, got that. A rookie chef, 4:45. So if certification is September 5th and program ends September 4th, does this mean that we won't get anything after August 22nd certification? I think you said we could certify on September 5th for the last time. No, you're going to, yes, no and yes, because you state it both ways. Your last paying week will be claim week ending September 4th. So if you certify on the 5th for that last week, claim week ending September 4th, or if you certify the week after because you're on a different cycle, then you will collect benefits for that last week. Claim week ending September 4th. All right. 446, how do I answer to questions regarding worked for 2 days and collecting unemployment? I'm considered a regular earning. Okay, so you worked for 2 days. I think you're asking how you certify for that work. So when you fill out your biweekly certifications, you are regular earnings. So you're an employee. You're going to claim those earnings the week in which you performed the work, regardless of when you get paid. So if you get paid later in 2 weeks, you don't certify for it then, you certify for it the week that you did the work. In your certifications, it's going to ask you, did you work or earn any income? You're going to select yes, and then that is going to populate another page for you where you will then enter in how much you earned, if you're going to be continuing to work, and a few other questions. So that is how you will claim that. All right, scrolling down, getting water. Okay, thank you, Shelly. All right. Cheryl, thank you. That's not true though. There's a dedicated group of haters of my channel that like to dislike my videos right away and send me hate messages in my email and weird messages. All right, Kasher, 448. How do I know if I will get Fed Ed after September 4th? Okay, in order to see if you get Fed Ed after September 4th, there's 2 different ways that you can qualify. I want you to watch my video on that. So go to my channel homepage, type in Fed Ed, and you're going to be able to click on it and get the full explanation. There's math involved, so I'm not going to do it right now, but watch the video and that will help you to see. Okay, now after September 4th, there is only that one remaining week of Fed Ed, so it's just one more week that's going to be active up until September 11th. All right, the pals at 448. I was scheduled for a phone interview, but I got paid. Still need the phone interview. Yes, do not miss that phone interview. What you received is a conditional payment. That means that they still have to collect that information from you in order to verify that you are eligible. So don't miss the phone interview. Please still do your phone interview. Okay, scrolling down. Mark at 449, does a backdate submission cause a pause or delay in regular PEUC payments until a determination is made? It should not. I have had a very small few subscribers who had severe complications with their backdating, which resulted in a big mess because the EDD approved a backdate that they should not have approved. They should have rejected it and denied it. And because of that, they were issued an overpayment, and that stopped their claim benefits from paying out. But what should happen, and what seems to happen in 95% of the cases, is that your claim collects as usual. If your back date would mess up your claim, the EDD rejects it and they deny it. So it should not mess it up, and you should be able to continue to keep collecting. Okay, thank you, Ricardo. All right, Dazzy, 452. Hey, Ginny, my continued claim for September said that I can skip the work search requirement for this one time, but it says I have to do it for the Fed. What happens if I skip it too? Okay, so Fed Ed is required to perform 3 work search activities or more each week and enter in those details on the certification form. You have to do that. Don't skip that, because then you're not going to be eligible to receive those Fed Ed benefits. If you're regular UI, PEUC, or PUA, then you're required to do 1 or more work search activities per certification, and noting them is optional. But if you have weeks on different types of claims, just enter it all in. Don't risk it. Enter it all in. All right. Spartan Killer at 454. I got approved for an increased amount on 410 for 21 benefit year, but am still collecting 2020 PEUC. Is it deferred until September? Okay, you were an increased amount on 410. No, they wouldn't defer an increased amount. They would apply that claim to you. The deferred claim I don't know, what is it? DNCP? Deferred claim program defers a claim that is of lesser value. If it's $25 or less or even more small, you guys, I'm losing it, than your current claim, then they defer it and save it till later. But if it's for a higher amount, then they should be paying that one out to you. So in your case, I would contact the EDD customer service, or I would contact your assembly member. All right, NT, you are very welcome. Cacho at 450 something. I haven't received my certify letter. Okay, has it been 2 weeks? If it hasn't, it's delayed. Can you certify online? Go to UI Online and look for your certification button in your UI Online. If you can't do it there, can you certify using Telecert? And if not, then contact the EDD customer service, use all the call tips, or contact your assembly member. All right. It's 5:06. I'm going to take about maybe 15 minutes more questions. All right, Esther at 4:55. I appealed my case in February and it went in my favor. I still have not received anything. Should I reapply for PUA? I'm supposed to get back pay since March of 2020. Okay, so I would not reapply. If you're in an appeals process, you won your appeal, but then they sent that appeal decision back to EDD. EDD has to process it and apply it to your claim. When I did a Zoom interview with Pershing Square Law, they help EDD claimants. They're a law firm that help with appeals. They let me know that the appeals process is pretty efficient once you actually are having your hearing, but scheduling it and when they send it back to EDD are where the majority of the delays are. So it seems as if you are waiting on the EDD at this point in time. Now, because you have been waiting since February or March, I would contact your assembly member at this point in time because that is a long time. Contact your assembly member. Michael can drop the link in the chat box down below. Okay. That one. Okay, I am at 457. Balance of 2,700. And I've been on PUA. What's next? Anything? Or they haven't announced it yet. Okay, so if PUA is going to end, claim week ending September 4th. So we're not waiting on an announcement. It's ending. So regardless of your balance, you're going to be able to collect up until September 4th. After that, then PUA will no longer exist. So unfortunately, there will be nothing else after that unless something else should be proposed in Congress. Okay, Tina at 458. Thank you for everything. I was pending, you're very welcome. I was pending 4 weeks. I called last Friday and got through on my third try. Waited 20 minutes and got everything pending changed to paid. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm very glad you're paid, Tina. Okay, scrolling down. Erica at 458, don't bother sending EDD emails. They don't answer them. So some people, sorry, I see another one. Some people send those UI Online contact messages or ask EDD messages and get either a reply or something is fixed and they think that it's connected to that. Could be, could not be. But in most cases, they take months to reply to that, and it's usually a generalized form message. So I recommend doing UI Online, contact us messages, and ask EDD messages and requests only as supplemental. So do it to cover your bases in case it helps, but don't rely on that and don't wait for an answer there. Contact customer service using all the call tips that Michael has been sharing in the chat box, and contact your assembly member when you can't get through. Debbie Hall is noticing the clock behind is the wrong time. Yes, that's correct. And I don't think it's ticking. Nope. I think it's dead. I am that person that has like 5 clocks in my house. And they're all on like, I didn't do daylight savings time, or they're all dead. I have all the dead plants too. This is just who I am. All right, you're very welcome. Thank you. Shelly, thank you for reminding to like the video. It does really help. Everyone, make sure that you follow Shelly's Millions as well. She gives great updates. All right, Dear Red at 5 o'clock. 8/1 claim balance was a lot of money. On 8/11, I got an inbox letter saying my claim balance is $0 and I exhausted my benefits. What gives? I certified but was not paid. Was on tier 2. Changed to AUG claim. Okay. So if you, let's see, you had a big balance and then you suddenly, about 2 weeks later, said $0 balance. Did you try to backdate your claim and perhaps those backdated weeks were paid out and that exhausted your claim balance? Did you perhaps have a requirement to submit income verification and either you submitted it and it was different from what you said on your application, or maybe you didn't submit it? In that case, if it was an income verification issue where you didn't send in proper documentation, the EDD would have reduced your benefits down to the minimum or made you ineligible. Now, if you're tier 2, that tells me that you most likely are on, that wasn't the case, because that would be the case if you're a PUA. You're going to need to contact customer service, unfortunately. So use the call tips that have been shared in the chat, but also contact your assembly member because they most likely will be able to help you out a little faster. Okay, Francis, 501, can we still collect after September 4th if we have a balance yet left? If you are PEUC, PUA, you will not be able to collect after September 4th on your current balance. No, those programs will end. Regardless of claim balance, you will not get any additional payouts on PEUC or PUA. UI, regular unemployment benefits, which is 26 weeks long, is regular state unemployment benefits. Those are going to continue. So if you have a balance and your regular UI, you're not on an extension, then yes, you'll continue to collect. If you're Fed Ed, you will continue to collect up until September 11th, and that's it. So that is when each program will end. Thank you. I appreciate that. Debbie's saying hi to Shelly. And let's see, Lynn, can you apply for training when you file a new UI claim at the end of the original claim year? Or does it have to be filed 16 weeks from the date of the original claim? Okay, so when you file a new claim, that brand new claim, within those 16 weeks, that's when you have to file to get a training extension approved. They don't care about your old claim because that's an old expired claim. That one's done. It's your newest claim that you're currently on. Okay, Lynn, you're very welcome. All right, Corey at 504, disqualified for the ID Me. I sent them everything they needed, even original birth certificate, still disqualified since December. Went to appeal, still disqualified. Okay, I can't tell you why you're getting disqualified. You said it was because of ID Me. They couldn't verify you. Do you know exactly what it was? Why you can't get verified? What are they telling you is wrong with your documentation? I would recommend contacting, and I've said this a lot in this stream, and I feel like it sounds really salesy, but I'm not. I would contact Pershing Square Law and see if you can get a complimentary consultation with them. They deal with EDD appeals, and they help claimants to win their appeals. They might be able to provide some insight for you, and they do free consultations, so that might be helpful for you. If you search for appeal on my channel homepage, you'll find a video with them, and you can locate their contact information there, but they're called Pershing Square Law. Okay. Let me get this back up. All right, scrolling down. Nikki at 505. When PUA is over September 4th, I have to apply for a new claim and upload maybe my Schedule C and or tax form showing my income, but then that my personal business operated at a loss. I was self-employed. No. So claim week ending September 4th, PUA ends. Won't be there unless Congress proposes something, passes something, and is signed into law. Right now, we do not have anything moving in Congress with regards to extending PUA. it will not be available for you to reapply to. So after September 4th, unfortunately, you will not have any benefits. Individuals who can reapply after September 4th would be individuals who have earned W-2 employee earnings within the last 18 months. You state here that you have self-employment income and unfortunately will not be able to reapply. Okay. Oh, you got one heck of a screen name. All right, 505. Hello, I'm on my second year and I have an award letter. However, for the last 8 weeks, all payments are pending. Will they eventually be paid? You're on your second year. You have an award letter. Okay, second year, but you haven't. Does that mean that you filed a new claim and you were awarded a new claim? I think that's probably what you mean. In that case, your first round of certifications on that new claim should be pending for the first up to 3 weeks while your claim undergoes what's called UISD review, where they check your claim for additional fraud checks. That should take only up to 3 weeks. Now, if your pending weeks are all new weeks on a brand new claim, that is too long and it should not be pending that long. Contact EDD customer service or contact your assembly member, which has been very fast recently with getting people help. So Michael can drop the link for your assembly member. But if your pending weeks are from your old claim and you have filed a new claim and been awarded a new claim, those old pending weeks are not going to get paid out. Those are going to move to not paid because you certified for them on an expired claim. So if that is your case, you can either try backdating your newest claim in askedd.edd.ca.gov, or you'll need to contact customer service for that. Long answer. I need water from my awkward sloth cup. The head's too big. Why do I keep choosing this cup? I don't know. All right. You're very welcome. All right. 505. If you're Fed Ed and you're working part-time, do you still need to click yes for the job search? Okay, so yes, they want you to try to resume full-time employment. So yes, if you're working part-time, still look for work. Fed Ed must perform 3 work search activities per week or more. You must select yes, and you must list those activities on the certification page. Okay, Mike D at 506. How do I know if I get another 26 weeks, my friend? I never got the DNCP or the 1277 letter. However, I did receive an award letter till 2022. My claim balance stayed at $450. Okay, so if you filed a new claim at the end of your benefit year and you received an award letter, that award letter would give you a new claim balance for 26 weeks worth of benefits and a new benefit year end date. So that's how you would know if you have had your claim extended. That's how you would know that you were awarded a new claim. Excuse me. All right. Tony, 507. I'm on UI and waiting a determination review after quarter earnings report, pending 5 weeks, but was told that I haven't received a notice for conditional payments, then I don't qualify. Okay, so if you're on UI, you're awaiting a determination review after quarter earnings report. Quarter earnings report, what are you referencing exactly with that? Are you talking about a new quarter wage review where they're checking in on you after your claim is over a year old to ask you if you earned income? Are you talking about something that your employer submitted? Or are you talking about some income that you certified for in your biweekly certifications? Well, if you're pending for 5 weeks, you're going to qualify for conditional payments if you received 1 unemployment payout on your current claim previously, and you've been pending for over 2 weeks. So as long as you've been paid on your current claim before, and it's not a new claim that's never been paid, then yes, you do qualify for conditional payments. Now, with that being said, the EDD has up until September 30th to issue those conditional payments. So it is likely that the person that you spoke to was perhaps misinformed, because if you have already collected benefits on this claim, you would qualify. Now, If you don't want to wait until September 30th and you are eligible for conditional payments, then contact your assembly member. They will be able to help you with your claim. All right. Fixing this. It's broken. Broken. All right. I'm at 5:05. Oh, I already did that one. Okay. Going down. Jason at 5:07. Any updates on MEUC? There are updates on MEUC. I released a video earlier today. The EDD has stated that starting on Monday, they will have a dedicated MEUC phone line that you can call. So if you did not receive an application, if you're having trouble with your application, then you can call it. They said in that press release that they don't want you to call it to check on your status. So it doesn't sound like you'll be able to get a status check if you call in. But if you're having problems actually submitting the documentation or accessing an application, then you can call that phone number. That phone number will be live on Monday. So on Monday, I will share the actual phone number. And that's our update on MEUC. I asked them over email if they had a date, payout schedule, anything like that, and they do not. So that's where we're at with that. All right, Mark Torres at 5:08. Ginny, does EDD go back from remaining funds, like from temp disability, and make it seem like it's from current UI claim? Mark, I'm not sure what you're trying to ask here. I'm sorry, you're going to have to re-ask it with more information. I don't have information on disability, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to answer your question here. I'm sorry. Okay, how do I know if I'm PEUC or PUA? You're going to go to your UI Online dashboard. You're going to click on Claims History. The History tab up at the top, you're going to click on your most recent paid transaction. You're going to look at the program type. Program type, if it says Disaster Assistance or DUA, then you are PUA. If it says PEUC, Tier 2 or Tier 2 Augmentation, then you're PEUC. Why don't they just say what it's actually called there? I don't know. But that's how you figure it out. Laura at 5:08. I was told EDD will stop payment on September 4th. Is that really truth? I thought they will extend it. Okay, EDD will stop payment. So what's going to stop on September 4th is PUA, PEUC, and the $300 boost. Those will all end claim week ending September 4th. There is no additional extensions passed by Congress and signed into law extending those programs. So those programs still end. Additionally, Fed Ed will end claim week ending September 11th. What continues on is regular unemployment benefits, which is 26 weeks long. So if you worked, earned income, and qualify for traditional unemployment benefits, then that is what continues on. Okay, scrolling down. Hi, Ginny at 5:09. PEUC will automatically switch or transfer to Fed Ed until September 11th, right? So there will only be 1 week available for us to get paid after September 4th. Yes, that is correct. After September 11th, if you qualify to file a new claim, then you can file a new claim if you're regular unemployment. In order to qualify to file a new claim, you have to have reached the end of your benefit year on a regular unemployment claim, so 12 months after your claim start date. And you must have worked and earned income within the last 18 months. Okay, EDD ends September 4th. Is that true? EDD does not. EDD is the state unemployment organization. EDD doesn't end. EDD will continue because they have to manage the state unemployment system. What ends is PEUC, PUA, and the $300 boost. Those end September 4th. Okay. All right, got that. Okay, Mark Torres at 5:13. Ginny, is there a special meeting or something that I can go through my entire relationship with EDD to clarify a lot of possible signs or traces of a fraudster's hidden acts? Are you talking about a specific EDD representative, or are you talking about someone committed fraud and is collecting benefits on your behalf, or someone used your card fraudulently? The EDD has a fraud department that you can contact. you have to go to their website and search for the phone number to contact if something fraudulent is happening with your claim. Okay, scrolling down. 5:15. Hi, Jenny. So is PEUC ended? Ended. PEUC ends claim week ending September 4th. Scrolling down. All right. Spartan Killer at 5:24. I scrolled too far. What are we supposed to do in September? It's not like it's any easier to get a job now than it was years ago. Okay. You know, I'm just going to tell you the facts of what it is. I'm sorry you're having a hard time. So in September, claim week ending September 4th, PEUC, PUA, and $300 boost are going to end. If you're regular UI, you'll continue to collect until you exhaust your 26 weeks worth of benefits. So do what you can in order to find employment, in order to work from home, in order to create a new stream of self-employment income, etc. I'm sorry you're having a hard time. If there's any updates, I'll be sure to share them. Okay, Christina at 4:57. Is anyone getting replies back from UI Contact? Some people do get replies. Most find that it takes several months, unfortunately. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to take 5 more minutes of questions, and then I will be all done for the day. All right, got that one. Let's see. I did that one. Okay. 5:24. EDD stopped my payments. They want an interview now. How long for them to do that? They say they don't even know. So interviews are taking anywhere between 6 weeks and 16 weeks to schedule. But what we have right now, due to a class action settlement agreement with the EDD, we have a program called Conditional Payments. So that means that if you are stuck pending and you have received one unemployment payout on your claim previously and you're pending for over 2 weeks, the EDD is now required to push your pending payments to paid while you wait for these interviews that take forever to happen. They have until September 30th in order to apply that paid status and push your pending to paid. That's quite a while, and many of you can't wait that long. So if you cannot wait for a conditional payment, you can contact the EDD, or you can contact your assembly member, and they can push them through faster for you in most cases. Just water. That was a rough one. All right, I'm going to do one last question. Okay. Let's see. No, I already did that one. Okay. Eric at 5:27. Dad was disqualified in November due to marking not COVID-related job problem. In March, he was able to certify again, but he has been pending ever since. Not sure what to do. Okay, so he marked that he's not unemployed due to COVID. So it sounds like, does he actually qualify? Is he in fact eligible? And he made a mistake on his certification? Does he need to correct his certification? If so, if he marked something by mistake, in askedd.edd.ca.gov, there's an option to correct a certification, but that takes a long time for them to process, and sometimes they don't even reply. So if he needs to correct his certification, then he needs to call customer service or contact his assembly member in order to get through faster. If that's not the case and he actually doesn't qualify, he's going to still be pending. They're going to want to do a phone interview with him, and he might not be eligible for those benefits. So I can't tell you exactly if he is eligible or not, but I would recommend reaching out to your assembly member if contacting the EDD is difficult, and Michael can drop the link in the chat box. All right, you guys. Let's see. What time is it? Let me do one last question. 5:19. This isn't a question though. My friend, what is this one? My friend that works for EDD says that most likely there will be another extension till November. No. So there's nothing proposed in Congress right now that's moving, that's going to be signed into law currently. It could be changed, but that is unfortunately your friend's personal opinion, which is not based on facts that are present in Congress right now. Okay. Let's see right here, 521. Hi, Ginny. I'm currently on PEUC extension, which ends September 4th. Will I be able to get 13 weeks of Fed Ed after that, or just 1 week of Fed Ed? Fed Ed is going to end September 11th, claim week ending September 11th. So you're going to finish up your PEUC, and after September 4th, the EDD, if you qualify, will migrate you over to Fed Ed. You collect 1 week of Fed Ed, and it won't have the boost because that will have ended. And then after that, Fed Ed ends. So it's just going to be that 1 week on Fed Ed. Now, if after that point in time, if your year has ended on your benefit claim, if your benefit year has ended on your claim 12 months after your claim start date, then you can file a new claim if you worked within the last 18 months and qualify for a new claim. So that would be the next thing for your claim if it applies to you. And that won't apply to everyone. Okay, you guys, I am all done for the day, and obviously my voice is losing it. So I got to be all done. Okay, you guys, if you did not get your question answered today, what is today? Today's Friday. I will be live once again on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, Friday at 4 o'clock. But as soon as I post a new video, within the first 30 minutes, if you post your questions in the video, regardless of the topic of the video, so even if it's like a small business topic or something else, post your questions within the first 30 minutes that I post a video, and that is your highest likelihood that I will respond to them because I sit in the comments and reply the first 30 minutes. All right, you guys, I will see you next time.